Hello, guys. My name is Desmond. A very warm welcome to my lesson for today, where we will be looking at mathematics. So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, please do allow me to say it is very much important that I say it is very, very much important because Leslie, them are Leslie's. What I'm about to say, it's massively. Hey, massively important, ladies and gentlemen, that I say day without learning something new, it's a day waste. Run delay, please, honorable member. Please, please do make sure that by the end of each and every lesson that I conduct, make sure that you learn something new. Very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen, over there. So for the last time, I would like to just quickly confirm if all is clear. Offense, can you clearly hear me? Can you clearly see before we start with the business of the day?
Yes.
Okay, 100%. So let me just quickly indicate before I go deep. To say on my side, the network is poor. So I'm connected with a Wi-Fi, but I'm hoping that as we continue, all will be good. So just in case if I'm breaking or if it's blurry, let me know immediately because this lesson is being recorded and we want to make sure that it comes out perfectly so that when you catch up at a later stage, you will then be able to clearly see and hear every single part of this lesson. So this is what we're going to do in today's lesson. I'm hoping to finish as early as possible so that you guys can be able to attend your next lesson at 8 o'clock, specifically those who will be writing my June. So we're still under trigonometry or part of your paper 2. And in today's lesson, we're going to very quickly look at the sine rule, the cosine rule, and the area rule. So today is just an introduction, meaning we are not going to be solving any type of exam problems, but just over a very nice cup of coffee, discuss all that you need to be aware of regarding the sine rule, cosine rule, and the area rule. But wait, Leslie, them are Leslie's. As a mathematician, you need to ask yourself this question. These rules, zingena B, where do we apply those rules? Remember, I said under trigonometry, we are only interested in the relationship between the sides and the angles. How many sides? 1, 2, 3 sides. How many angles? 1, 2, 3 angles. So if you guys remember, I said we've got let's say two types of triangles. The one which is just a triangle and another one which is a right-angled triangle. So all along, we've been discussing what we call a right-angled triangle. Maybe very quickly, let me do this and say, under a right-angled triangle. But how are you going to know, Otembele, if you are having a right-angled triangle? What if examiner draw this? Here comes the question. Is this thing a right angle triangle? No. Why? Because number one, we are not told that it is a right angle triangle. Number two, we do not see the 90-degree sign, which means this is just a triangle, which could possibly be a isosceles or scalene, but it doesn't really matter that much. Let's say we are only interested in knowing if we have a right angle triangle or not. So the moment I do that, then you know this is a right-angled triangle. So now all the questions related to a right-angled triangle, you are now allowed to use the trigonometric ratios, namely sine, cos, tan, or theorem of Pythagoras. Maybe let me just write it that way so that you guys will easily remember. So that means any question related to a right-angled triangle, that's when you can use sine, cos, tan, or theorem of pi. But now, what if we just have, let's say, just a triangle and not label it a scalene or a whatever type of it. Let's say we just have a triangle. Remember, doesn't matter the shape, but what matters the most is that we are actually dealing with three corners, three sides, three angles. Let's say A, B, and C. So can you guys see? Here you are having a right-angled triangle. Here is just a triangle. So if it's just a triangle, listen very carefully. Trish, if it is just a triangle, you cannot use the sine, cos, tan, or theorem of Pythagoras. This is where you use the sine rule, the cosine rule, and the area rule. But most importantly, it's very much easy to know that the moment they say use the area rule, then you know it's just a triangle. But what you need to understand is in which case do you use the sine rule, in which case do you use the cosine rule. This is where it gets interesting. So that means what guides you in terms of what you use is the formula itself. For sine rule, the formula itself for cosine rule. So that means we can, under that column, to say when you have just a triangle, this is where you use the sine rule, the cosine rule, and also the area rule. What I like about the area rule is that it's actually applicable in both a tensor. It's applicable in both cases. It's just that it is advisable to use it here and not there, because if you use it there, it's going to be a long try, even though it's going to give you the same answer. So that is why, to keep it simple, this is what you have. Most importantly, let's maybe discuss the formula for sine rule. Let me quickly make some adjustments there to make sure that it is clear. Okay, let's see. Very quickly, let's talk about the sine rule. The sine rule. I think I will need to remove a, what is it? Okay, no, it's fine. Let's talk about the sine rule. Umis, I'm not sure if you are ready to note down all that you need to know regarding the sine rule. So in any triangle A, B, C, remember, it doesn't matter whether it's labeled A, B, or C, but what matters the most is that you are having 1, 2, 3 corners, which forms a triangle. So they are saying, maybe let me quickly draw it so that it will make a perfect sense. Maybe let's say this is A, this is B, this is C. So can you guys see, we have side BC and an angle opposite to that side BC, which is angle A. We have side AB, and we've got an angle which is opposite to that side, which is angle C. We have side AC, which is opposite to that angle, being angle B. Maybe just to keep things simple, let's say this side, which is opposite to that angle, let's maybe refer to that as small letter B, just so that it's easy. Can you see, this is the side opposite to AB. Maybe let's say it's A, small letter A. Hey, I think we might need to make this one a bit bigger. Let's make it a big C so that we can write a small c there. Yeah, I think now it's going to be better. Oh, but wait. This is how we represent an angle. You do that A with a mini cap there For B, that means this is how you represent angle B. For C, this is what you are going to do. That capital letter C, or the big C. Yeah, I think now it's going to be easily explained. Very quickly, very quickly, Bantu Bagiti, let me quickly explain to you, or just write down how the sine rule formula looks like. Let's see. It says it doesn't matter whether you start with the sine, the side or the angle, but maybe let's start with the side to say, you see this side, which is side A. If you say over sine of that opposite angle, remember, we are talking about the sine rule. That is why in the trig ratio, we are going to talk about sine. We are not going to talk about cos. We are not going to talk about tan because we don't have what we call the tan rule. But it's only sine and cos rule. So they say this side divided by sine of that angle, it's actually equals to this side of B. Can you see AB? This side of B over sine of the opposite angle. It is as easy as that. And again, it is equals to this side of small c over sine of what? Obviously, angle C. So this is the formula that can be used to solve questions related to just a triangle. Just a triangle. Shanti, are you sure, honorable member? I'm not losing you on that one. Leslie, them are Leslie's. I'm not sure
no,
if
sir.
offense is okay that side. Bossy Siwe, are you sure we are still together, honorable member? Njagana is here.
Yes,
Jaggy the
sir.
Jaggies, are you okay that side? Okay. Again, while we are still on the sine rule, remember, guys, you can still pendula this. You take, what is it, the denominator, you write it at the top, you take that, you write it at the, so it's more like I'm saying, if you want to have the sine angle at the top, that means you are going to have the A at the bottom. Then everything has to change in the same manner. So that means they are saying, if you like, you can use the formula in this format, or otherwise, if you like, you can use it in that format. Let's see. Here is going to be sine that over small letter c. So can you see? You can either use it in this format or that format. Here comes a question. Someone is wondering, say, if any of this can work, why would you then have these two formulas? Why did they not just talk about this one and only focus on that one? Me too, I don't know, Bantu Bagiti. I'm just like you, Luandi Swan. I don't know. But I will tell you what I've noticed, honorable member, which made my life easy. Remember, this small letter represents the side, and then this part, it represents, what is it? That sine angle. What I've noticed, Shanti, is that if examiner wants you to calculate the side using the sine rule, if you are calculating the side, use a formula that starts with the side as the numerator. Yes. But if they want you to calculate an angle, use this formula that starts with an angle. The reason to that is because if you're calculating the side, you're just going to have A, let's say sine angle A, it's equals to, they will give you that, and divided by, for example, they will give you that. Obviously, this is also given. So they just want you to calculate the side. Can you see? You just cross multiply and then you are done. But if you use this one, you will cross multiply and still have to divide and whatever. So, but in this case, where they want you to calculate an angle, can you see? You can just say sine angle that you want to calculate over the side is given, sine of another angle is given, divided by another side maybe is given. So can you see? You just cross multiply. Then you have sine of unknown angle is equals to the whole of that. Then you do second function of sine, the whole of that. Then you easily find the unknown angle. So as part of your notes, you can say you use this one, the top one, if you are calculating the side, the unknown side. And then this one, use it if you are calculating the angle. I'm telling you guys, it will make perfect sense when we solve exam type of question papers. Umidama umis, are you sure, honorable member, that you've got no question in relation to that? Because I'm about to move to the cosine rule, but I just want to make sure that I don't leave you guys behind. Let's see who's on the line. Nandisa, I see Trish Mlambo is on the line. Otembele, are you sure you understand, honorable member? I'm having a feeling that someone is asking themselves a question. Pindile Mvubu, are you okay, honorable member?
No, sir, I'm lost on the angle side.
Where are you lost, honorable member?
At the first step.
Is it the first step of this calculation here that I was trying to do? That one that I'm removing.
Yes.
Okay, this is what I'm going to say, honorable member. Maybe just as an example, let's say they say A, B, C, and then they say this angle, let's say is 30, and then this one, let's say it's 60, and then from there, let's say they say this side is 2, and then this one is maybe 4. But wait. Okay, let's say maybe they say this side it is 5, and then we've got an unknown that. I just want to quickly check something, honorable member. Maybe I might need to remove this and maybe that and leave only the relevant part. I just want to check if I can explain this while having a problem. Yeah. Let's see. Here, examiner says determine angle A. Here comes the question. Since they say determine an angle between these two formulas, which angle are you going to use? Which formula? Are we going to use this one or this one? The top one or the bottom one? Which one? Anyone who can tell?
The down one, second one.
Yes, the bottom one. Why? Because, okay, let's say because I said it's easier to use this one. Even if you use this, you are going to get the correct answer, but it's going to be a long try. So let's say we're going to use this because it's going to be a shortcut. So can you see, honorable member, it's that angle that you're looking for. So that is why the formula says sine angle A. So it's more like you're saying sine angle A, which is what you're looking for, over what is the side opposite to that angle? Can you see it's 4? So that means you're going to substitute 4 there. It's equals to sine of the known angle, which is 60. So that means you're having sine of 60 over. What is the side opposite? Hey, that side is 5. So can you see? Now you just cross multiply. So it's more like you are having sine of angle A, which is equals to 4 sine 60 over 5, which is the whole of the. Let's say when you punch all of this on a calculator, it gives you, what is it? Let's say 7. So it's more like you're having sine angle A is equals to 7. So can you see? Easily you will say, what is it? The second function of that, and then you get an answer. The Mapindi, are you now having an idea of what I was talking about there?
Yes, sir.
100%. The same applies if examiner said calculate the
Sorry,
side.
sir.
So, yes. Yes, honorable member. You are recognized. On
Can
what
you
point
please
are you
speak
writing
louder?
on? Maybe let me check. Leslie, them are Leslie's. Are you also struggling to hear me, or is it only the honorable member there?
I can hear you clearly, sir.
Notando, can you clearly hear me? Bosisiwe, can you clearly hear me, honorable member?
Can clearly hear you.
Okay. Nandisa, this is what you can try, honorable member. Try to quickly leave and rejoin. If it happens again, just make sure that maybe try not to use headsets if you are using those, and use the speaker of your phone and put it on a loudspeaker. So I'm very, very close to the mic of my phone. So just quickly try to leave and then rejoin. So I think what I've explained regarding the sine rule, it makes sense. So very quickly, Bantu Bagiti, let me explain the cosine rule. And I'm telling you, the sine rule, it is as easy as it seems. It's not complicated. But what I can tell you is that what complicates things, umidama umis, is the manner in which questions are asked based on that rule, which is what I'm going to train you when we do exam type of question papers. But for now, that's all that you need to know. Very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen, over there. So, very quickly, let's discuss the cosine rule. The cosine rule. Let me quickly refer to my notes and just make sure that I've got all the info that, oh, yes, 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 yes. So maybe let's make a tick here. Maybe let's make a tick there to say we did discuss that. Maybe let's also tick there, because we discussed all of this previously. So that means today we need to complete those, so that on our next lesson, don't waste any more time, but solve exam type of questions. So let's see. Remember, when you are dealing with just a triangle, maybe let me do it this way and say we are having A, B, C. Remember, in most cases, the corners are written in capital letters, so that when we talk about that side, it's capital letter AB. That is the side. AC, that is the side. BC, that. Okay, so now the side opposite to that, small letter A. Let's maybe put that one as, okay, so there we are having B. Let's see here, smaller yana C, which is that side. But remember, guys, this is how you represent the angle. So that means that angle is actually A with that. This is B with that. This is that C with that. Those are, what is it? The angles. Very quickly, let me write down the formula. So the formula says, if you are looking for that side A, this is how I've always known this thing to say, can you see that type of a thing which looks like, I'm not even sure what that looks like. But what I know is that this is that A, this is that what is it, angle A, you are having a side and a side. What I know is that if examiner wants you to find that side being small a, you are going to say that small a squared is equals to, then you can say this side squared. Let's say maybe that side is b squared. Then you plus it with this side. Maybe let's call it a c squared. Then you minus two of those sides being a b c. Most importantly, what are we talking about? The cosine rule. That is why we are therefore going to say cos of that angle which is involved being angle A. Seems like a... Maybe let me explain it differently. So maybe let's say what I've just done there, this is the formula where we were trying to calculate that. So that means it's more like you had this side, you had that side, and then this is the angle, this is what you were looking for. Where you had A, and then you used this side, and then that angle to calculate that. Let's say maybe they wanted you to calculate that sine A or that side B. How do you calculate that side? So let's try to redraw it and say this is the side that we are having, and then we also have that. This is what we are looking for, which is small letter B. So can you see here is capital letter B with its angle being that B with that. So can you guys see, since it is this side that we are looking for, that is why the formula are going to say the side squared is going to be equals to, obviously this side being AB. You are also going to include this side being a BC. So that is why you can say a side A squared. You plus it with this side. What is the name of that side? It's C squared minus 2 of those same sides. So 2 of AC. Remember, we are still on the cosine rule. That is why you are going to say cos of what? The angle of that, which is what? The angle of B. So it's more like you formulate according to what they want you to calculate. Maybe let's do it for the last time. Why the last time? Because remember, a triangle has got 3 sides, 3 angles. Obviously, 3 formula. So let's see. What if they want you to calculate that side? Is it going to be no, it won't, but I think yes, it's going to be. So now let's quickly try it. Can you see? You're just going to do it this way, where you know this is your A, this is your that angle, where you know you're going to use this side and that side to look for that. So the side that we are looking for, represented by small letter C, you are going to say small letter C squared is equals to this side you're going to use, and also that side you're going to use. Someone is wondering, how did I know that I must use or start with A or B? How did I know I must start alphabetically? B comes first, C comes second. A comes first, C comes second. That is why even when I'm going to choose for that one, I will check which sides are involved. So I think we've got side A and side B. That is why I'm going to start with that side A and say A squared plus the other side being B squared minus 2 of the same sides being AB. Hey, we are still on the cosine rule. That is why we're going to say cos of that angle there. So that is why I was saying during my high school time, I did many of these type of problems until I realized actually you just need to have something similar to that, where you know you're going to use the side, the angle involved for you to find that. It doesn't matter whether you rotate this in that way, or that way. You formulate according to what you are given and according to what examiner wants you to calculate. It's done, Bantu Bakiti. I'm not sure, Shanti, what are we actually waiting for? Because I think based on this, come exam, we just need to remember all of this. Notando, did I not lose you there with my explanation? Remember, guys, don't think beyond what I've explained. What I've told you, if you understood what I've explained, it's enough. Don't worry about a question that you remember which hammered you, because we're still going to get there. And I'm going to show you where you got hammered and how to avoid being hammered. But for now, did you all understand what I've explained over there?
Yes,
The
sir.
Manandis.
Sir.
I see Apelele is on the line. Apelele, are you sure you are not watching My Perfect Wedding that side? I think honorable member is watching. Buzisiwe.
I understand, sir.
Hey, Apelele. Are you sure you're not sleeping there, honorable member? That voice. Ungathulele.
No, I'm not
Apelele.
sleeping. I'm not
Hey,
sleeping.
I don't trust you, honorable member. I think you are sleeping in parliament. Apelele. Hmm? Okay, let's see. Now, let's try to be practical, honorable members. I'm just going to remove all of that and say, let's say we are given a triangle similar to that. And now, let's say they say this side is 4. Let's say this one is 7. And then we are having A, B, and C. I'm telling you guys, someone thinks this is a right-angled triangle because it looks like it's a right-angled triangle. But trust me, it just looks like a right-angled triangle. It is not. Why am I saying it's not? It's because, number one, we are not told. Number two, don't see a 90-degree sign, which means we cannot assume that it is a right angle. But of course, it looks like a right angle. That is why we can maybe say that angle, it's something closer to 90. Maybe let's say 87 degrees. Can you see? That's why it looks like it's a right angled triangle because that angle is closer to 90. Hey, Umis, remember to mute your mic, honorable member, so that we don't get disturbed by the background noise. Very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen, that at all the times your mics remain muted.
Sorry, sir. I'm not sure if it's me, but I can't see anything. Your screen is blank.
Hello, I come back. Hey, offense. I just went out of class 2 seconds and everyone is making noise. Kwenzenjani bantu bakithi? Utembe, I'm sure you've got that list of noisemakers. But now I'm back, honorable members. What were we talking about? Oh, yes, now I remember. I remember very well. We were talking about that angle being closer to 90. But before I even go deeper, Leslie the Leslie's, it's everything clear. I was disconnected for a moment. But can I just confirm if you can clearly hear me and if you can clearly see there before I go deeper?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 100%. So now I was saying, in this case, examiner is going to say find or calculate or whatever AC. AC. So can you see? I think with me having that angle and having this side and that side, then I can use the cosine rule, where I'm going to say, I know this side is actually small letter B, this one is small letter A, this one is small letter C, and I've got angle B there. So because it is the angle B that I'm having, that means the side that I'm going to calculate is that side of B. Then I'm going to have what is it? That side and that side. This one is A. So that is why I'm going to have A squared plus what? Plus C squared minus 2 of those same sides, being AC, remember the cosine rule, cosine of that bigger angle. So can you guys see what is the side A? Is it not 7? What is side C? Is it not 4? Minus 2 of those same sides, being 7 and what? 7 and 4. Cos, hey, the angle is 87. Can you guys see? You just punch all of this. Let's say for the sake of time, all of this gives you a 4. But remember, that 4 is equals to b squared, meaning you can square that. And then what are you having? Let's say plus or minus 2. Then you have 2 because sides are always positive in mathematics. So now, can you see you've got 2 units? So that means this side is 2 units. This is me just giving you an estimation of that 4 there, just to explain how this formula works. But Nandi the Manandis, you know, examiner likes to play some tricks. They won't easily say calculate that side. They might give you that side and want you to calculate the angle or whatever. But because you guys are attending our lessons, don't worry. You will notice all the tricks that examiner can try to apply to you. But wait, offense, did I not lose you there? Are you sure, honorable member, that you fully understand what I've done there? Luandile Zondo,
Sir, I have
are you
question.
sure you understand, honorable member? Yes. On what point are you
Sir,
rising on, honorable member? Who's speaking? Okay, Luandis. Okay, Luandiswa.
you forgot the squared at the 4.
Oh, yes. Yes, 100%. So that one, honorable member, it is a positive comment, which means, and which is a very good indication, honorable members, that these are the types of mistakes. I mean, these are the types of mistakes related to this chapter. So, as I always say, let's encourage each other to make as many mistakes during this type of lessons, so that come exam you won't make those mistakes. Utembele, since the
Question.
2nd of January. Okay, the Maumis, you are recognized, honorable member.
Sir, why we are not using 90 degrees? Why here is 87?
It is because it is 87, honorable member. It is not 90 degrees. So I did it on purpose and draw a triangle which looks like it's a right angled triangle. The reason for that, I wanted to make you aware that if it was a 90-degree angle, the Maumis, you were not going to use the sine or the cosine rule, but you were going to use either sine, cos, or tan, or theorem of Pythagoras to calculate whatever. But in this case where this is not 90 degrees, that's where you use either the sine rule or the cosine rule. So the purpose of me drawing this, the Maumis, it was just to bring that confusion. And well done on asking that question, because with you asking that question, I'm able to now expand and explain it even better. Nandisa, do you understand what I've explained to the Maumis there? Umi the
Sir,
Maumis, are you
but I have a
answered, honorable member?
Yes, sir. I get it
Okay.
now. Thank you.
Nandi, you are recognized, honorable member.
so would they always give us the angle, or sometimes you would have to work it out?
Okay, let's say how many unknowns are we having on this formula? Let's see. We have a 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so in terms of you saying, will they always give us the angle or the whatever? It can be anything. What you need to know is that they will give you 3 things, and they will want you to calculate the 4th thing. They will always give you 3 things, and they will want you to calculate the 4th thing. But sometimes they might not give you those 3 things, but want you to calculate the third thing somehow, so that the next question will say calculate that fourth thing. So it's not always where the angle will be given. They can still give you this, and that, and they say calculate that. So can you see, you have A and C, you substitute it there and there, then you just solve for that angle, where you take this to the other side, that to the other side, then you might need to divide by the whole of this so that it cancels, and then for you to get that, you're going to say second function of that. That's how you get that angle, which is what I'm going to show you on our next lesson, which means just make sure that you do not miss any of my upcoming lessons. Nandi the Manandis, are you answered, honorable member?
Yes, I am. Thank you, sir.
100%. So I think very quickly, let's just compare these two and see what are the difference. So before I move on to the area rule, let's quickly check. Regarding the sine rule, let's say maybe we are having sine of A over small a there. Maybe let's say sine B over small b there. And then this one, it could be A squared, which is equals to, let's say, B squared plus C squared minus 2 of BC, since it's the cosine rule, cos of that angle. Let's compare these two. And we are now going to make a conclusion to say, in which case do you use that? In which case do you use that? And just to keep it quick, this is what I've noticed during my time when I was practicing. I realized that if you are given more angles and you will be given one side, then that's when you use this formula. But if you are given more sides, more sides, then wait, more angles there, one side, more sides, one angle. I think this is what I want to say, Pantubakiti. To say, if we have more angles, can you see this formula has more angles? It has 1, 2 angles. So you will substitute the angle there, and then one side is there, you substitute it there, then you calculate for that side. But now, if you are given more sides, that means you'll be given this side, that side, that side, and they will no. That means here you might not be given an angle. So can you guys see? This is how you then update it to say, okay, I think in that way it doesn't summarize. Then let's maybe try to remove that and say, if we are given more angles, we use this. If we are given more sides, we consider this. Yes, I think now it summarizes. I think now it summarized to say, if we have more angles, use the sine rule. If we have more sides, let's consider using the cosine. Hey, I'm just not sure if I'm confusing you guys on that one. But why am I suspecting that I'm confusing you there? Notando, are you sure you understand there, honorable member? What I'm
Everything is
summarizing there.
clear,
Does it?
sir.
It's clear, ne? I think it's clear. But remember, guys, this lesson is being recorded, is going to be posted, and you guys will be able to catch up. So just in case if you joined this lesson a bit later, worry not, you will catch up on our next lesson. You can ask the questions that you'll be having. Maybe very quickly, in triangle, let's say A, B, and C, this is what they say, Bantubakiti. The area is going to be equals to half of side A and you multiply that with side B, and then you say sine of angle C. Maybe let's do this and check what that formula is all about. Let's say maybe this is A, this is B, and this is C. Obviously, this side is going to be small a, this side is going to be small b, this side is going to be small c. So with you using the area rule, I think this one is straightforward, Bantu Bakiti, because you're going to say the angle is equals to half of this side maybe is 2. That means you're going to have 2 there. Hmm? Let's see. This side maybe is 3. Does it mean we're going to substitute 3 there? And then from there, we are going to say sine of that angle there. Maybe let's say it's angle theta. I wish I asked Moleboge to mention. But if you guys remember, on yesterday's lesson, we discovered that this can be called filter. It can be called what is it? Theater. So whether you call it filter, theater, or theta, you just know that there, it is therefore going to be that angle being angle C. Yeah, I think this is it. Maybe that angle is given, let's say, sorry, it's 63, then that means you're going to have 63 there. Then you punch all of that. The area that you get is in square units. If you're given that in meters, that means a final answer will be meters squared. I think the area rule, if I can keep it short this way, it won't cause any confusions. But the moment I start and going deeper and deeper and deeper, it might seem to be even more complicated. Maybe for now, let's keep it this way and leave it that way. Then on our next lesson, we'll make sure that we do as many questions related to the area rule and see if what I've just explained there, it is applicable to any type of a triangle which is not a right angled triangle. So I think I can say with confidence we have covered that, and then I've just discussed that. So that means on our next lesson we are going to be focusing on exam type of questions. Most importantly, you cannot afford to miss my next lesson. So, guys, it is that point where I need to sign out. Anyone who's got a question before I sign out? Jackie the
Sir,
you are quiet today, honorable member. Are you okay that side? Okay, Shanti, what
Yes,
is the
sir,
question,
I'm
honorable
okay.
member?
I'm fine.
sir, oh, what about the ambiguous case? I'm gonna do it next week.
I think everything else, let's discuss it on our next lesson. Just send me an inbox on Telegram, honorable member, just to remind me on that one. As soon as we are done, send me an inbox. Nay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so this is what we're going. What did you say, honorable member? What was that big English word? What did you say there? Ambiguous. Is that what you said, honorable member?
Yes, I think that's the way to pronounce it. I don't know. Yeah, ambiguous. I don't know. Case.
Hey, guys, the code for today's lesson. What is the code? This is something that you need to comment in the group after every lesson so that when your parent says, is the honorable member of the opposition party attending parliament, then they are able to browse through and see. If you commented, then they know that you have attended. So I think today's, what is it? Today's code is going to be interesting. Today's code is ambiguous. I want to see how that is spelled. I'm pretty much sure that you guys are going to write some nice stuff there. Nandisa, did you get today's code, honorable member? Ambiguous. Dema Umis, did you get that, honorable member? Today's code.
I'm gonna wait for them to write first.
It seems like everyone is going to wait for Chantel to write it. But guys, whatever comes to your mind, just comment in the group with the word ambiguous. That's how I know that you have attended today's lesson, and that's how you mark attendance register. So guys, I thank you very much for joining. My name is Desmond, and I'm out. So remember, guys, there's going to be another lesson at 8 o'clock. So just take a very quick break, and then you will attend the lesson in the other classroom. If you don't have access to that classroom, just send me an inbox, and I will give you a link to that other classroom. So ladies and gentlemen, until we meet again, my name is Desmond, and I'm...
You see, pressure is a